Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to connect Neo4j's MCP server to Trae. So what I'm showing here is that I'm starting off with a blank empty project and opening it with Trae. And when you're ready to add an MCP server, you go up to the upper right here in the gears icon or AI management, click on it, and then go down and select the MCP option. Here, just click MCP server. And you will have two ways of adding a server. One is you can search through Trae's marketplace. And unfortunately, Neo4j's MCP servers aren't currently up in that marketplace, so you'll have to click on the configure manually option. Now here, wonderful, they have an example of what the configuration JSON looks like. So we have the PyPy entry for the Neo4j Cypher MCP server. If you scroll down here, you can just copy this configuration here and then go back to Trae. And what I'm going to do is just add a opening and closing brace and then insert. And then here, what I'm going to do is just change the password to match my local running database option. So here in my Neo4j desktop app, I've got a instance running Star Wars data. And here I'm going to switch over to the Bloom app. And here I've got preloaded data of star systems within the Star Wars galaxy. And I'm just going to show off some of that data. System connected to system, return. Okay, here's a bunch of data. And here I'm going to switch over to the coordinate layout so I can see where these systems are in the map. And we can see these hyperspace lanes connecting a bunch of these systems. All right, so I'm going to connect to this. And we'll add it. Yes, I understand. Okay, so now the MCP server has been configured and added to Trae. But before you can start using it, you have to click on the Trae tab and click on the agent option. This needs to be switched over to Builder with MCP. If you don't, then by default you'll be on the builder agent, which won't make use of any of the MCP servers that you add. So I'm going to click this. Now, one thing to note is through this part of the dashboard, you can't enable or disable particular servers. Like you can just delete them or edit them. If you want to be able to control different types of servers, what you need to do is you need to add in a new agent, right? So you can go here, create agent. You can also go up here, and I believe you can click agents. And here, when you create a custom agent, here let's do a test agent. This is where you would configure different tools or different servers for a given agent. So for Neo4j, for this test, I could disable this altogether or enable it as desired. And once you create it, agent list. Here you'll be able to select it. So when you're down in chat dialog, just click agent and you can select your new agent here. And I'm just going to clear this out. Boop. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to keep it simple and light for Trae today. I am going to create let's see, we want to add Neo4j. Okay. Trae, create a FastAPI server with a post endpoint. That endpoint that takes two arguments, origin and destination. They are string arguments, and under the hood, we'll use Neo4j to calculate the shortest path between those two star systems. Okay. So I just gave the server a generic name, Neo4j. Probably if I give the server like a proper name of what data is in it, like Star Wars Galaxy data, it might help. So I'll add that in a moment here. Going to wait for Trae to finish suggesting updates to the main, and then I'll just add in the dependencies myself. All right, accept. And it wanted to add, where'd it go? Here we are, FastAPI UV corn. Okay. So I'll just do UV add FastAPI UVcorn, and Pydantic. Okay, so dependencies added, main is added, and here, let's change this to localhost bolt. And password. Okay, let's check the Cypher statement here. Origin star system. Okay, so this isn't actually the name of nodes inside the database. So what often helps sometimes with other systems is I ask it to look at the schema inside the database. First, I'm going to rename the server here. I'm going to call it Neo4j Star Wars Galaxy Map Data. Okay, super verbose. Now, I'm going to go back to Trae here and go, what is the schema of my Star Wars Galaxy data? Okay, so now that Trae is aware of the schema, I'm hoping it'll be able to write a better Cypher statement here. Okay, origin system. Okay, that's much better. So this system is the actual node label, and connected to is also the name of the connection type. So just on a cursory look, this should give us good results. Okay, so what I can do is just test and run this. Right, so UV run, UVcorn, main app. All right, here we go. Okay, so localhost 8000. And when you do that, you want to append docs, and then you'll get FastAPI's interactive docs, so you can test out your endpoints right away. Let's try this out. We'll do Alderaan to Coruscant, spelled Coruscant. Okay, execute. Let's see, available node not defined. My favorite. Ta-da! Okay. All right, so this looks like a jump path between Alderaan and Coruscant, and Alderaan, Corfu. And I could double check this by going to the database, and I know that Coruscant is 00 map. So here we've got Coruscant, and the path that we're getting back is, let's see, Coruscant, Alaskan Grimsult. Alaskan Grimsult. Here. And this will go toward Alderaan, which, if I remember correctly, is over here. Yeah, here. Alderaan, so Camus, Corfu. Alderaan, Camus, Corfu. Okay, so spot checking, that looked good. All right, so that's how to add a Neo4j MCP server to Trae, and then how to kind of try and control Trae to create a FastAPI backend that acts as a Star Wars navigation system for any sort of app that you might be building, like a future navigation droid. So I hope that was useful. My name is Jason Koo. Happy coding, and I'll see you in the next one.